Did you know we would not exist if it were not for the stars that had been born and died thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, billions of years ago? Those stars were born and they died, and when they died, they released all kinds of small elements, small pieces that interacted with each other in very finely tuned ways. And the ways that those elements interacted with each other over time led to increasing forms of complexity. And eventually, this complexity rose to such a height that it became self-aware. There was a powerful mutation. There were many, many powerful mutations in our history that have allowed us, that have brought us to this moment within the infinite, creative, cosmic soup that we find ourselves. And there was a very profound evolution around 90,000 years ago. This was the dropping of the larynx. This is what allowed the seven-centered being to really become what it was. Very strategic, the classical 7-chakra system from old school yoga. That's all about the previous species of human. You and I are literally greater than all teachings could ever have said. For 200, 300 years ago, 1781, when Pluto approached gate 41, the first projector was born, and the 9-centered human began. So what differentiates us from the past, really? Well, Enlightenment, that mystical state that was so hard to achieve, that people practiced for thousands and thousands of lifetimes. Well, you were born enlightened. That's the difference. The old 7-centered being had to work for it. It was a story. They had to strategically get there. And you were born this way. You don't have to do anything about it. The problem is, you were conditioned by the world, this entire world, to be what you're not, to react from your openness. Once again, I've gone a little deep without even looking at a chart. And so today we're going to get some openness in from a chart in May 16th, 1994. And so today we're looking at a self-projected projector. That's always fun. This is something that's a little different. This person has a lot of openness, an open crown, meaning that they can get wrapped up in things that don't matter to them. An open heart, very open heart, meaning they can get wrapped up in trying to prove their worth to other people or to improve themselves at all. An open emotional center, that solar plexus in the bottom right, well, that leads to the avoidance of conflict, the avoidance of truth, the avoidance of the emotional waves from other people. The open spleen on the left. This leads to holding on to things that aren't good for the individual, because it gives them this sense of well-being, even though it's false. The undefined sacral center, not knowing when enough is enough. Powerful force. There's at least 5 activations in that sacral. Lots of things can turn on this force. This mind is amplifying the energy from everyone around them. Combined with that completely open root as well. This is pressure. The root is what gives physical pressure in life. So when you have an undefined root, you have an unreliable and a non-regular sense of physical pressure in this world. So this person is wrapped up in proving their worth by avoiding the truth, holding on to things that aren't good for them, trying to get rid of the pressure over things that don't matter to them, and they don't know when enough is enough to top it all off. But in reality, this person is a deep, deep, deep individual. They have the 1-8 and the 23-43, very powerful individual not only sense of direction, but sense of insight and the ability to communicate that insight and for it to impact the people around them and the need for it to impact the people around them. That 1-8 is really trying to communicate its unique direction to the community, to people, so that we can witness and recognize, oh, look at that person, look at their direction in life. Aren't they amazing? Isn't that cool? That's really inspiring. But only if this person can live a life of truly inspiring themselves, of really listening to themselves, being a self-projected projector. This is a sense of projecting themselves into the world, witnessing what they project, and then going from there. Because they have to project it out to even know what it is, to know who they are, to know how they share themselves. And so having a soundboard is a valuable thing for this person. We've approached 6 minutes now. It's challenging for me to contain myself within just 5 minutes to chat, but I got to make sure I keep this practical and precise. We got to satisfy that algorithm. So I hope you're doing well. As always, if any point in time reaches where you'd like to contact and you'd like to discover more about your unique potential, feel free to reach out. I'm always open. Peace.